Hello everyone, and welcome to Review It. Today I'll be trying the Bourbon Roast Beef Club and the pickle chips from Jimmy John's. So let's dig in. Alright, here we have the classic 8-inch spread. And when we open it up, you can see quite a bit of that bourbon barbecue sauce. All on top of some of the roast beef, lettuce, cheese. And if I'm right, there should be bacon on here. Ah, yes, there you go. Some slices of bacon beneath that white cheddar. So this looks pretty good. So let's dig in. All right, first let's try one of these pickle chips. You can see a nice amount of still seasoning on there on top of the classic kettle. So let's see if this is any good. I mean, it kind of tastes like any pickle chip you can get when they're around. The nice thing is it is on the kettle chip, so there's a little bit more crunch there. And it just tastes a little bit more real than just some of those regular chips. So the kettle is a nice touch to it, but nothing really packs any powerful punch. The dill is there, strongly there at first, but it quickly dies down, and then it's kind of like a salty, vinegary potato chip. Which I do like vinegar chips, so that also does help, at least in my opinion. But it just quickly becomes a regular chip, and the dill doesn't like stay as long as I would like it to. So what would I give this? Probably a 5.75, just below that 6, just because nothing about it is super original. Most places do offer a pickle chip every now and then. Maybe it's always a limited time thing, but nothing about it is super unique. I feel like I would have to go and get the Jimmy John's version. But of course, now let's try the Bourbon Roast Beef Club. Well, one thing I have noticed is it's quite a bit thinner than most of the time, the subs I get at Jimmy John's. But then again, I normally get the Billy Club, which has both roast beef and ham, so it's a little thicker. But just all that, I mean, you can see a little bit of the roast beef, some cheese, and then everything else, but it just feels like there's less meat in it than normal for Jimmy John's. So that already brings it down a little bit. But I mean, the roast beef is very fresh tasting, definitely higher quality than you might get elsewhere. The bacon is kind of there. It's not super strong. I can kind of taste it, but it's not as upfront as bacon should be. And the bourbon barbecue sauce, very sweet, and of course that is expected. But it kind of almost overpowers the other ingredients. Now, the aged cheddar is very good. I mean, that aged cheddar comes through nicely. It doesn't come through as, in certain bites, as much, but when you get a little bit more of that white cheddar, it's very nice. Hopefully, they start putting it on other sandwiches, too. But it's a little bit on the disappointing side. I wanted the ingredients to kind of blend together more, and they kind of just almost fight each other a little bit, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah, they just kind of compete a little bit with each other. No, first it's super sweet, then it's like, oh, it's a roast beef sandwich. It's like, oh, it's a bacon, and then there's some cheddar mixed in within there. It's just, they clash a bit. So what would I give this? Nope, this will get the same as the chips, that 5.75, close to that 6, and still just above that breaking point, still on the better side, but still, I just felt like everything clashed a little too much. Well, that's all the time I have for today, folks. Until next time, God bless.